Meet Bongo Ideas. This guy has been ordered to pay over 150,000 Ghana cedis to this guy called Kojo Forex. But how did he get here? I'm not inside. I don't have 150k. But this whole issue involves disgrace, a lot of stupidity, and a kidnapping story that movie producers would want to buy the rights to. 3 years ago, Bongo Ideas decided to go for an audition for a TV show called The Next TV Star. They just keep coming up with these reality shows for every single thing. And this is where disgrace comes in and starts off this whole story.
When you write this, hey Sewa, we know what you've been up to in this country. What do you know?
Where did you pick that from?
That is your Twitter page.
Okay.
That
Twitter is about agenda.
What's this agenda? So in other words, it's about fooling and saying stupid things that is meant to tarnish someone else's image. What's this factual about what you've written about Sewa?
I mean, Twitter is a different world, you know.
How? Twitter?
Get that right. You can't even spell Amai. You can't even spell it.
Disgraced, exposed, and humiliated for being a cyberbully. This was supposed to end him. I mean, going to an audition in front of women that you've did on the internet is crazy, by the way, but that should tell you the kind of person that Bongo Ideas is. Can't tell you how his brain works. And this public humiliation was supposed to end him, but it did the opposite. After being exposed and backed into a corner as a cyberbully, Bongo decided, all right, I've lost everything, so let me just double down. And oh my God, he doubled, tripled, quadrupled down. This is where stupidity comes into the story. This guy kept going after everybody. Somebody will marry your wife, you say that your woman is not nice. No matter what the issue is, if everybody was going this way, trust Bongo Ideas to go that way. Just because. And that's stupid. You know, like being contrarian just because is stupidity. You know, if you just want to be non-conformist, and so you're not going to look for the facts and follow what's happening. That's very stupid. By far, the worst one must have been when Davido lost his son and Bongo decided to go at Davido. And I don't know how real that screenshot is, but he posted that Davido sent him a DM saying, I hope this thing never happens to you, something like that. In no time, he built a reputation and a following from being a cyberbully, because, you know, people sometimes feel like just because you have gone the other way, it means that you must be sensible or you must be right. Some people want to go against the grain just because that's how they feel valuable. They feel like if they are going against everybody, then they are special in some way. So, you know, those people became his fans. Sometimes the majority is wrong. Sometimes the majority is right. And if they are right, you have to follow what is right. But Bongo kept dancing to the beat of his own drum until one day he would touch somebody that he was not supposed to touch. Somebody that will lead him into the problem he's having today. Kojo Forex. Now, a couple of videos ago, if you remember, I spoke about a Nigerian forex trader called Kene, and I mentioned how I got to find out about Kene because he was in a Twitter fight with Ghana's biggest forex trader, Kojo Forex. Now, Kojo Forex is a forex trader, obviously, a proud owner of a $2,000 sweater, a rich man. Did I say rich man? Now, Kojo Forex can do many things with his money. He's very rich. Did I mention that he's very rich? But one thing he'll never do is fuck around. But all Bongo does all day is fuck around. So Kojo Forex decided it was time for Bongo to find out. So he slapped him harder than your boyfriend does when you raise your voice and you refuse to leave him. He slapped him with a lawsuit. You are seeking 1 million Ghana cedis in damages, which is chicken change for Kojo Forex. If you know Kojo Forex, you know chicken change. His sweater is $2,000. So that's nothing. Now, a year later, Bongo got kidnapped, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But today is Judgment's Day for Bongo Ideas. I hate to give FX fraudsters like Kojo Forex a bite of my so-called ill-gotten clout. This is a tweet, by the way. This is the tweet that he said last 2 years. I don't have 150k, please, please. But a Ponzi schemer who steals from people and comes online to proudly show off deserves some hooting. Pay the people you've defrauded first, and let's see if I could consider you for a beefing. Can we have a conversation about the numerous people you sold your darkly tainted FX ideas to at a high fee without results? The number of people out there who feel defrauded by you? The real ones know who you are and won't fall for your Ponzi scheming social media rich life. Out. Hey! Forex trading alone did not get you these things. You do other shady business. If you legitimately make so much, why charge to teach? Tell the world the truth or I will. Well, right now you will pay the 150,000. That one's for sure. That you will pay. I think he can appeal or something like that. But according to the documents, I think Bongo didn't show up in court. Remember, stupidity. Remember that? Now, some people were saying there's another Forex trader who was paying Bongo to write these tweets because the Forex trader was beefing with Kojo Forex. So maybe that person can pay the 150k for him because they are all rich. So in the next 21 days, Bongo has to come and apologize and retract their statements. And knowing the way that guy's brain works, I don't think he'll probably dig himself into a deeper hole. But remember, I mentioned kidnapping in the beginning. Yes. So a year later, Bongo Ideas got kidnapped by some people because he said some things about the government or the president. And a movie producer should buy this story. They should buy these scripts. Like some of the YouTube movies, they should buy this script because I'll not read the whole story, but I'll give you the highlights, the absolute best parts of this story. In the first part, they came and grabbed him in the night. They took all his belongings, Rambo style. Now, this part wasn't far-fetched because this thing happened a couple of times under the previous government where people get picked up. And I think Rambo style is like one of the terms that journalists used to use. So Bongo Idea thought, all right, Rambo style. And this is where the movie begins. So at some point, one of them said, let's finish him off and dump him somewhere. Nobody would notice, which is true. Nobody would notice or care, really. Then he was told to say his final words as they pointed an erect pistol to his head. Then, as the gun was on his head, the person thought, what will we do with the body when we kill him? You know what? Let's just put him back in the car alive. Then the killers told him Bongo Ideas that they were taking him from Accra to the northern region. Now the whole time he was blindfolded and they had put something on his head. Very important detail. So then they took him to somewhere where some commander guy was asking him some questions. Then they took him to another location. I guess the northern region one just went out the window. Then they took him inside a room and locked him up in the room. And at that point the handcuffs started eating into his flesh. He was feeling excruciating pain. He was beating so much his face was swollen. The room was smelling so he was vomiting. Oh my God, this is so sad. Why would a citizen of the country go through this? For speaking your mind? No. Now, as he was blindfolded and they had covered his head, they took him into another car and then they gave him to another set of individuals. I don't know how he saw that it was another set, but I guess you can feel it that they're giving it to somebody else, you know. Like when your eyesight is gone, your other senses are stronger. So he could feel the energy, the aura of these people, like they were different people, you understand? So then they kept beating him, they asked him about why he's talking about the president, and then, you know, has he been paid by the opposition party? And all that time, just like Jesus Christ, Bongo stayed silent. So after a while, the men said, maybe let's just drop him off at an unknown location and just leave this whole thing. But then they decided against that, to drive him for hours, to drive him for more hours. And so at this point he asked and they told him, you are in the eastern region. These men, these kidnappers are they're very generous. So like they're giving him information, like they're telling him where he is, you know, you are in the eastern region, you are here, this is what I'm going to do to you. These are very generous guys. So later on they abandoned him at a forest. Now this point is where the story takes a turn. Like this is where the Rambo style comes into play. This is where Bongo became Rambo himself. Conveniently they had removed the cuffs and tied his hand with a rope instead. So guess what Bongo Rambo did? He picked up a stone and tried to cut the rope and it was so hard. He kept trying and it wasn't working. But he kept trying. It was an exercise in futility, as he said. But he kept trying until he did it. He cut himself free. Wow, freedom again. Then he met a good Samaritan. You need a good Samaritan in every story, right? You need that act of God, right? The Okada rider gave his helmet to Bongo Ideas. Let Bongo Ideas sleep on his back. While Bongo Ideas, who is sleeping on the back, pointed out directions to the man. The Okada rider took Bongo to the house, and then the Okada rider, revealed to Bongo that they were at the Boteman race course. So how did Bongo point out the directions? Because if it was revealed to him, then it means he didn't know. So how then did he point out the directions while sleeping on the guy's back and telling him, okay, go here, go left, go right? How, bro? Now, this happened on March 14th. The story came out on March 25th. But Bongo Ideas, who had been beaten to a pulp, had no marks on his face. He was wearing some nose mask, like he was trying to hide something, but he could tell that nothing had happened to the guy. And again, being picked up like this was not very far-fetched under the previous government. It happened to a couple of people. But lighter, give me lighter, shebi we on fire. This did not happen. Bongo, take me to court. I wanted to talk about this thing when he came, but I think at the time I wasn't around or something. I've forgotten. I have to give it to him. The writing is impeccable. Okay, the story is gripping. I was at the edge of my seat the whole time, like it was going to happen. I was waiting for him to say that he found a grass cutter running and he killed the grass cutter, roasted it in the bush, made a fire with 2 stones, and ate the grass cutter. That's where I thought it would go. But I didn't go that way. So now Bongo Ideas has to pay over 150,000 to Kojo Forex in the next 21 days. Yeah. Someone said he can appeal it. So let's see what he will do. And I made a video about the lawsuit when it came out. And I told Kojo Forex, when the money drops, do give away. Okay? You're a rich man. Do give away for the boys. The boys will be waiting. But I still will never ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Ask me comments below. Let me think about the video. Let me think about the whole thing. Yeah, don't be stupid. If you're doing social media, don't be stupid. If you're saying something, say it with sense. Okay, don't go around calling people things you don't know. Like, don't be doing that. Have the evidence. Like, I think in Ghana, the burden of proof is on the plaintiff, which will be Kojo Forex. So he has to prove that what Bongo Ideas is saying is a lie and that it has cost him a lot of money, or it has cost him in his business. And he has done it, and we thank God. I really love the fact that Bongo Ideas thought that people would believe that fucking cook kidnap story. Yeah, that's like, you must be stupid to think other people are that stupid. But I still don't love it as much as I love you guys. I'll see you guys in another video. Sing the song.
People are gonna never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go fish share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. People are gonna never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go fish share my video if you know you're